Okay, Dan Olds here. We are in the Boston group. Is it just Boston group? Boston company? What are you guys?
Boston Limited will do.
Boston Limited.
Not to be confused with the town.
What are you limited by?
Who knows?
Haven't found them yet.
No, haven't found the limitations. Boston Unlimited. How's that?
Okay, Boston Unlimited. I like that even better. But the reason we're here, and the reason I wanted to come over, was to thank you for supporting the Edinburgh cluster team. And
Absolutely,
great bunch of kids.
Well, we've known those guys for years, and we were just delighted to hear that they were going to be entering the competition this year. So they came to us because they're an existing customer of ours.
Oh, good.
And we were only absolutely delighted to work with those guys.
And they actually mentioned you by name. They said that your company gave them a lot of support.
Absolutely.
Before the competition.
Yeah. So we've actually been working with them for the past couple of months on really designing an architecture that would be suitable for the applications that were announced as part of this competition. So we spent months looking at all the alternatives. We investigated ARM, Intel, AMD, GPU, PHY, and eventually came up with a configuration that we thought would kind of tick a lot of boxes for the application.
I believe it's Xeon and GPUs, right?
Absolutely,
K20s?
yeah. So we went down the route of NVIDIA with K20s and Xeons internally as the CPU hosts.
Yep.
And of course we've got a great relationship with NVIDIA as well, so we were able to get those guys in to even speak to the guys about the actual applications and kind of give them a bit of introduction as to how to port codes over onto GPU and just get them familiar and confident with regards to using GPUs.
So much.
Once they're relaxed, and I mean we were very fortunate as well that the team were so, I mean they've been absolutely brilliant. I've been amazed at the quality of students that are actually coming through EPCC, and they were an absolute delight to work for. They made our jobs really easy.
But the great thing about it is you help them find like those resources from NVIDIA, because there's a lot of teams out there that don't know who to call. They don't know what to do, and they sort of just get the hardware, but they don't get that extra help that gets them over the top.
This is what we do with all of our customers as well. So we don't just want to kind of give somebody a chunk of kit and let them figure out what to do with it. We want to. We've got very strong industrial partnerships with all of our vendors, and anytime there's an opportunity to bring experts in their fields in, we always try and do that. So that wasn't just something unique for EPC. That's something we do the whole time.
Oh, that's great.
And it seems to work.
You ought to bring them back to another competition.
That's on the roadmap.
It's on the roadmap.
Yeah,
excellent.
We certainly will.
And I actually had somebody stop by and quiz me from Northern England about having a little regional competition there with the hopes of sending a team on to one of the bigger competitions.
We could get involved in that, so kind of maybe a UK qualifying round to go and represent the country at the actual event.
Exactly.
I like the sound of that.
South Africa's doing that. It's great.
That's right.
I like how this is just going so much bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what do we have back here? What are we looking at?
So rather than
I just meant the bottles.
Here's a tissue you can use for the glasses.
Oh, thank you.
That's been one of the main attractions that we've had at the booth so far.
Okay. Well, so you're just going to show it. You're not actually going to give it to me.
There you go.
You only have 16 dozen there.
Take another one just in case. Yeah. One for the nose, one for the glasses.
Okay.
One for the camera, one for the glasses. How's that?
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So what are we looking at here?
So what we have here is it's got a 1-year anniversary of our Viridis product. So last year at ISC13 we launched what is the world's first enterprise production grade ready ARM server. So what we have here is an energy card from the good folks at Calzeda. And this represents 4 ARM servers within a very small packaging envelope, and also this only runs at 20 watts. So we're getting 4 servers, only 5 watts a server, and then densely packaging them in our 2U chassis.
And so how many servers do we have in here total?
Yeah, we're looking at 48 servers across 12 energy cards.
I can actually get a good view of this for the people at home. 48 servers.
Yeah, each server.
3 fans.
3 fans. Oh, I mean, so even this whole server running on idle hits about 240 odd watts. Running applications like Lintpack or Stream, we're only going up to around 350, 380 watts. So this is power. The power of this system is very, very. It's virtually identical to what you'll get off of just a standard dual socket server today.
Amazing.
So any applications that we can actually leverage in a scale-out manner, that will scale out linearly across multiple servers.
They don't need a lot of floating point. There's an awful lot of applications like that, especially web loads.
Absolutely. So even the guys in Cancer Research UK then did a poster here at this event. They mapped biomedical applications onto this server and did a kind of a proof of concept run of how well positioned this platform is for their workloads. and they were able to get incredibly efficient throughput per watt numbers out of this entire platform. So gene sequencing and other such applications, they were seeing very, very good performance. So,
and it's interesting at the NVIDIA GTC event. I don't know if you were there last spring.
I wasn't, no. But
it was a great event.
Yeah.
The Barcelona supercomputer people were there, who I'm sure you've had some discussions with.
We know the guys very well, yeah.
And they were talking, they ported, I believe, 11 HPC applications over to their implementation and did not have a problem.
Absolutely. So we have an actual service where we allow customers access the systems remotely. It's armasaservice.com. And one of the most consistent feedbacks we're getting from all of these people is that they don't even realize they're running on an ARM server. So all of the utilities and applications and compilers and maths libraries, they've all already been ported to ARM. You've got your usual flavors of Ubuntu and Fedora. So unless you're poking around in dmessage or uname or proc CPU info, you're completely unaware that you're actually running on an ARM server, and that really sort of reassures me that we're doing the right thing here, and that it's going to be a platform to really look forward to in the future. That's really going to have an impact on the market.
What sort of intrigued me from their presentations, they've gone through a few evolutions. They at one time thought it was going to be they were going to be able to do straight ARM servers, but now they've come to the realization that they want to have a beefy GPU behind it. So ARM plus NVIDIA K20s, or what will be whatever's going to be prevalent then. Now you're talking something that is going to be very, very interesting from a standpoint versus traditional CPU-based servers. And I imagine you're talking to them about that.
Absolutely. So the roadmap is, of course, very, very interesting, and something we'd be happy to discuss.
And that's one of the things, by the way, the point I was going to make in that is that's one of the things that I think is very interesting about Calzada, is that it was designed from the ground up.
Absolutely,
to be to have that enterprise server RAS performance and the I/O.
Well, that's it. They've taken it from the ground up. They've completely redesigned the server.
It's not just cell phone chips.
It's not just looking at ARM cores. I mean, if you think about it, ARM cores are just going to become the commodity. What really becomes interesting is what people do to innovate around the cores. And having things like an incredibly scalable fabric and an intelligent management engine is something that I think differentiates this product from some of the standard ARM servers that you're going to find in the market today.
It's going to be interesting times.
It certainly is, and it's a great toy to have in the lab to play with. As an engineer, I'm delighted to have an alternative to the Intel and InfiniBand ARM.
Next cluster competition, your Edinburgh boys might be sporting some ARMs.
We were considering using this, but unfortunately, because they're so low power, we were going to have to put in about 500 servers to hit the 3 kilowatt limit. And the van wasn't big enough to stick that many systems.
Maybe matching up with accelerators, who knows?
Keep an eye out for us at ISC13, you might see something like that.
Or SC, who knows?
Absolutely.
We'll see. Well, thank you for the time, and thank you for supporting the competition.
Dan,
really
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Great to talk.
Thanks.